This is Airfix 1/72 Dornier Do17z. This is a 2015 tooling of this kit. Here with the instructions. It's the usual thing from Airfix, nice and clear. The modern instructions where they use colour coding to show you what happened in the previous stage. So it's very easy to get a sense of placement. So i.e. the chair going in here, and then to check where that it fixes and what it looks like, you see here, so it gives you an idea of if it goes between these braces here, which could be a tricky point if you don't know. You work on through the very detailed cockpit and into the tail. So the one thing you'll notice about this kit is it's quite complex. There's about 70 odd sequences to these instructions, so possibly not for the beginner. There's an awful lot of detail all the way through the fuselage, which is a great thing. You've got 4 part figures to go in there if you want to do it with the gear up. So we work through more parts into the fuselage, and then the fuselage halves come together. Bit of glass work going on. Working around the front end, and then concentrating in the middle and putting the bracing bars for the wing struts to go in. There's more clear parts as well. There's quite a lot of clear glass on this one. And then slightly unusually, because of the design of the aircraft, the Dornier, so the wing goes onto the top part of the fuselage, and then there's a section to close the gap on the underside of the fuselage. And then you get the underside of the wing being attached as well with the landing gear base. You've got more parts here making up the engine nacelles, and then you go around to the front of the engine and you start to build up the parts for to take the engine on the nacelles, and then you've got the cowlings here as well. Nicely detailed engines. You could possibly leave the cowlings off, I feel here. I think you if you wanted to expose it, you could. Again, the instructions are extremely clear, which is great all the way through. You've got the rear horizontal stabilisers going on, and you've got choices on how you want to show those. And then working through is whether you're having the gear down or gear up option. You've got the option to have ailerons in the down position, or the flaps in the down position. And then this is if it's gear up, so you've got covers for the wheel bays, or if you're going gear down, then you've got parts of the landing gear being brought together there. And again, this is all for landing gear, so this works all the way through. And then you've got the decision if you want to have a open bomb bay, and this comes with a full bomb load, so it is quite detailed in there if you want to go down the fully loaded route. And here you can see how full it looks in the end, so you've got different options, many different types of bombs. And then we complete the build. As I said, here we get to step 74, where the glass work goes on and the final detail. And there's a bit more work here in the glass details and the open doors for the bomb-bay. And then we get into the painting guide. So we've got, first option is Northern France, July 1940, in the usual Battle of France colours, with ROM 70 and 71 on top over ROM 65. And then the next option is an Eastern Front version, which is flown by Croatian volunteers in 1941, and this is a bit more iconic with the ROM 4 yellow parts to the edge of the wings for identification. And on the top we've got again ROM 70 and 71 with ROM 65 underneath. It's all Humbrol callouts, but you do have the ROM numbers, so there's plenty of paint manufacturers out there that do ROM colours, so I'm sure you can find those. Decals are really nice, Cartograph, exactly what you come to expect now from everything. We've got an instrument panel decal, really nice stencil data, and the lettering's very clear, very precise, very sharp, so there'll be no problems with those decals. And because there's quite a lot of stencil data, this being a slightly larger aircraft, we do have a separate sheet for the stencil data, just black and white, so you can match up the panel lines and work out where the small bits of writing are going to go. We've got clear parts here which are all crystal clear, really nice. You've got the whole, the main canopy there, and then you've got the front, very iconic part for this plane with the clear glass front, and you've got parts for the side of the cockpit and the underneath on the belly of the aircraft. So it's very clear glass, I have no problems there, and the framing is not too thick either, so it's a really nice effort there from Airfix. Then we've got 4 sprues, all very well detailed, quite nice panel lines, quite in scale, and the main thing you're going to hear me go on about here is the amount of detail right the way through. It's a completely full cockpit, right the way through the wing spars and the bom-bay, and everything is just sort of really very full with detail. You've got parts here for the cockpit sidewalls, so you've got radios and quite a lot of machine gun cartridges, and that's sprue A. And we've got sprue B, which is the main upper side of the wing, parts for the undercarriage and the landing gear, and you've got wheels with the weighted option, which is always quite nice. Airfix do that. You've got the exhaust here with hollowed out ends to it, really great detail on the engine here, even down as far as the webbing on the seats. It oozes plenty of detail, and you've got roof detail there as well on the underside of the upper part of the wing. And then we go through to the engine, the wheelbase on the lower parts to the upper wing, the lower parts to the wing, a lot more detail parts here for the inside of the fuselage, all with detail moulded on, and there's even wiring and all sorts going on down here, so it's really good. Detail here on the inside of the engine nacelles as well. And then the last sprue, you get 4 figures with spare arms, so that's good. That's 4 pilots there if you're having it in flight. Here's all the bombs, so you've got a full loadout of many different types of bombs. You've got a very large bomb here, and then you've got a slightly smaller one, and then you've got all of these smaller ones which go on their runners up here and attach on the inside. And that brings us to the end of the Airfix Dornier Do17z, which is a cracking kit from Airfix and well worth giving a go. It's very easy now, this is 2017, very easy to find this for around the £10 mark online. I picked this up in TK Maxx of all places at $9.99, and almost everywhere on the internet where it's available it's about $10.99, and for that price it's a no-brainer, I'd say.